Okay, so I know I'm not the only one who does this. Let's be honest, staying focused in a world filled with distraction is not easy. In fact, it's tough, real tough. This can be especially true now that nearly everyone over 5 years of age is either in front of a TV or carrying around a cell phone or mobile device of some sort. Well, I'm Dr. Joel Feeman, and today I want to talk with you about media. Now, depending on what study you reference, it is now said that Americans spend anywhere from 3 to 5 hours every single day on their phone. What makes matters even worse is the fact that that study is not including any TV or computer time. This is just on your mobile device. If, however, you would include any type of media, like watching TV or being on your computer, whether for personal enjoyment or work related, most people now are in front of a computer in some form of media for over 10 hours every single day. This now means that we're spending more time on media than we are interacting with other people and more than we are sleeping. So is this a bad thing? Well, the truth is it's not all bad. In fact, for many people now, that's what they do for their livelihood, is they sit in front of a computer all day long. In fact, society nowadays, this is how we connect socially. This is how we get our work life done, and this is how we organize our time. But the truth is, it becomes a challenge when we can't seem to turn it off. You see, being constantly connected to your mobile devices, especially when it comes to work, can be a high stress situation. This can increase the risk of high blood pressure and even cardiovascular disease for that matter. There was also a study in 2013 that says prolonged periods of time in front of a TV can literally alter the brains of children. Not to mention that this can also shorten significantly your attention span. In fact, Microsoft put out a study that said that after a period of about a decade, our attention span went from 12 seconds to now only 8 seconds. Now realize this is less of an attention span than that of a goldfish. Now I want you to think for just a moment about how much time you spend glued to your media devices. Now be honest here and don't be a hater if you start to recognize how much more time than perhaps you thought when it comes to the time you're spending in front of a mobile device day after day. Are you spending 5 nights or more in front of a TV, a PC, or a mobile device? Are you checking your phone or computer within the first 10 minutes of waking each day? Are you checking your phone or computer right before you go to sleep each night? Do you have a tendency of never leaving home without your phone? Do you get anxious if you haven't checked your email or your social media platforms within a few hours? Do you find yourself checking your mobile device during your meals, whether at home or at a restaurant? Is your phone right beside you every night while you sleep? Do you even find yourself checking your phone throughout the course of the night? If you said yes to any of these, then it may be a sign that this is interfering with your productivity, your relationships, and even your physical, mental, and emotional health. Now, I'm like most people who use my mobile device and computers to get work done every single day. So whether it's business related or even for that matter, personal pleasures, I use it like most people. But in the same sense, I also get in trouble a lot because of some of the patterns that I have when it comes to my day and recognizing how I don't want those things to run my life. And it's a hard thing because when you have families and you have businesses and work and things to do every single day, it takes discipline, but it's one of those things that for sanity and big picture vision, we have to make sure that we recognize the interferences and then go about creating steps to be able to stop those things from distracting us or from interfering with our life. In other words, although I may be at the office, for that matter, doing work on the computer, I may have my phone turned on silent or face down. So even when I'm working and doing stuff, even if somebody's trying to get a hold of me and it's right there in front of me, I have to discipline myself not to respond to that. And I get in trouble a lot when it comes to my family because they're always like, I know your phone is right there beside you, but in the same sense, because I'm trying to make sure that I'm doing the things that God called me to at a high level, I try not to let those things distract me or disrupt anything that I'm doing. If they need to get a hold of me, then they know there's other ways to do that as well. So if you have a problem with this, how do you go about breaking these habits? Well, one of the things you can simply do is introduce guidelines for when you check email or even social platforms. This is especially true when it comes to checking emails. Perhaps, if you're able to, try to only have 2 to 3 spots throughout your day that you check and respond to emails. And once you've established those guidelines, then make sure you stick to it. Now, if you can't do that because of perhaps work and they require more of you, at least try to implement those things when you do have control of the time. Perhaps once a month, try doing something like a digital detox. In other words, pick a weekend and then try to stick to it, stay disciplined, and have no media for that weekend, and instead interact with other people. Maybe take a break from social media altogether for a week or two, maybe even up to a month, where you let your friends and family know ahead of time so they can get a hold of you and contact you if need be, but just let them know, hey, listen, I'm not going to be on social media for the next month. If you need to get a hold of me, shoot me a text or give me a call. If you find yourself not being able to discipline yourself, perhaps consider downgrading your phone so then it's not an option. The point is, you first have to recognize where your life is being interfered with. What are your overall goals for your family, for your friends, for your future? What do you want to happen with your life and your health for that matter? And then become conscious of those things that are interfering, that are not necessarily producing or helping you to go in the direction that you need to. You see, many people complain that they don't have enough time in a day, but the reality is the most successful people in the world have the same 24 hours that you and I do. So the truth is, how do we manage that time? And although that's another day and another lesson, the reality comes down to first recognizing where we're at, then recognize the desire for where we want to be, and then trying to do whatever we have to make the disciplinary actions to get where we say we want to go. I know once again this can be a difficult thing, but I can also tell you that from the people who have applied these simple principles, if it moves them in the direction that they really desire, they become rewarded because they start to realize what's really truly important in life and what are the distractions that's keeping you from being as happy and as productive as you really desire to be. Again, I'm Dr. Joel Feeman, here to help empower you with truth and knowledge so you know clearly without a doubt what it takes to get healthy and stay healthy for you and your family. Until next time, God bless.